Hey guys, this is I'm okay. Thanks for tuning in again. This is episode 4 already, and yeah, this time we talk about relationships, self-care, self-awareness. So hope you enjoy it, and in the end, you will be okay.
All right. How
All
you
right.
been? How you been, guys?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm better than okay. I got a flight coming this week, hopefully back to the States. So
Oh,
that's always a
nice.
good thing. Yeah.
Great, great. I can't wait to see you over there, man.
Yeah, get you a new setup, probably a fancy studio backdrop.
Maybe a little down the future, but that's
Yeah,
the goal. That's the goal. Yeah.
yeah. Well, here it's been raining for a week. It's really annoying. We have our ceiling, leaking, so that's really annoying. It's a whole week of continuous rain. So yeah, and that prevents me from getting clients or doing photo shoots here in my studio. And I couldn't get outside and shoot with clients because it's raining. So that's really
Yeah.
annoying right now. But yeah, everything's okay here. I just woke up so that I won't be late on this podcast session again. This little Asian guy
You learned
needs.
something from the last time.
I know.
Leave it to Oliver to
I know.
kick you right in the bum there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, what do you
Well,
have going, Oliver, today?
I was just excited. I had a really tough night.
Oh,
So I was thinking about all stuff, and so many thoughts came to my mind, and yeah, there happened so many things, and this is also related to our today's topic, like relationships, self-care, self-awareness, self-respect, self-love. Um, yeah, I met this girl, so to make it public,
oh,
some weeks ago, and
mhm.
she's a quite special person for me. But yeah, I think we are both really special. So everybody is unique, everybody is unique. But I'm right now still learning to take care of myself, to take care of my wishes, my desires, my
Right.
self treatment. And this is what confuses me sometimes. This is what makes me, want to have it all and want to have nothing.
Okay.
Having space, being close to somebody. So this is right now like a, come go, come go. So this is what's going on inside of me right now. um and yeah, I know it's also confusing her. um and I don't want to make somebody feel bad about it, or about me or something. But I learned in the last couple of weeks or couple of months, since we guys started, and since the ending of my marriage or my relationship, take care of myself, really, to think about myself, to be self-aware, to look at myself sometimes from a different perspective, from a different angle, and acknowledge what I'm feeling, and think about, not just, go on with your day, and yeah, you feel sad or you are angry, or no, to try to look behind the curtain, and try to figure out, where is this coming from? Is this a feeling that started inside of me, or is this something somebody gave to me, like my children? They have a bad day, and you take their attitude or their feelings and make them your own. um, and yeah, and try to find a place inside myself where I can, have a like the happy place, where I can rest, where I can find some mental freedom. And this morning there came a quote to me, and it says, "An empty lantern provides no light. Self-care is the fuel that allows your light to shine brightly." And this is what I'm experiencing right now. The more I try to focus on myself. This has nothing to do, or in my eyes, it has nothing to do with being selfish or decide against somebody or against something. No, it's a decision for myself. I think I mentioned this in the last podcast already, but I start to be aware of it. You know, I start to find ways to make myself happy, you know, make myself feel good and get rid of these thoughts. Because in Zen meditation, there is a saying, you know, thoughts are like clouds. You know, if you close your eyes and you start meditating or start praying and you sit down there, all the thoughts came up, all your anxieties, all your frustrations, everything that's, you know, caged maybe inside yourself, and not to hold on to these thoughts and say, oh, okay, you're there, you're welcome, you know, but I don't need you right now. You're not serving me in any way, so you can let it pass. And this is what I try to do. It's a tough thing to do, but I really try to focus on what I feel and how I can make myself feel better. And this is for me the whole topic about self-care and self-love in a way. Yeah, and this is what's going on, and this is what kept me awake this night. Yeah, but I'm getting there.
Yeah. I think you've come this far, brother. I mean, it's been a tough year. You know, just everything, you know,
Yeah.
you've told us.
Yeah,
and
it is.
to go through a you know, how long? 20-year relationship?
20
19,
years.
What?
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I think whether it's months or years, finding that other person and trying to start something new again, possibly. I mean, that's going to be hard for anybody with a 20-year, you know, relationship, and then getting out of that. It's going to be hard for anybody. So yeah, I think finding yourself, finding what makes you happy and taking care of yourself. Dude, it's so easy to get absorbed into somebody else. We do it like without even thinking about it. You know, we lose ourselves. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
The words trying to think of. We lose ourselves in that other person, and it's just easy because we get so absorbed with them and of them and thinking about them, and then we lose track of ourselves. So just trying not to lose track of ourselves is difficult, man. Whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in work, you know, or
Yeah.
so it's not easy. It's not easy, but we gotta, I think, build that habit, you know, of, it sounds kind of selfish, but putting ourselves first, you know, putting our feelings first, putting our happiness first. We have to make it a habit. And then I think it also helps. That's number one. And number two, I think it also helps to create an environment, or to keep ourselves in an environment that will kind of, what's the word? Maybe limit us into just getting absorbed into different things, work, people, you know. So like me here in Bolivia, for example, perfect example, you know, with my in-laws, very easy in a third world country. There's just always something to do. There's always something that needs to be fixed, always something to be cleaned. You know, it's very easy to absorb yourself in the needs of others and forget about yourself. So maybe this environment, maybe it would work for some people, but for me, maybe this environment just isn't the best environment for me to be in. And that's what I mean. You know, we can make those habits, but if you're in an environment that's working against you, man, forget those habits. You know, it's just, you just can't do it. So, but yeah, no, Oliver, I'm very happy for you, man. And you know,
Thanks, brother.
Just keep up the good fight, man. Keep fighting to put yourself first.
Yeah. And this also kind of reminds me of our previous topics. You need to make sure you're okay first before you can be okay with other people. Right. So that's self-care. I've had this same situation with you, Oliver. But this was like a couple of years ago, where I tried to have a relationship. You know, I'm also have a, what you call this, unsuccessful marriage, you call it. It's probably the last time I saw my, should I call her ex-wife already? Because I don't know where she is right now, and I believe
Oh
she's
man.
already engaged.
How do you? How that depends on how do you feel about her.
She doesn't exist anymore. So
So
ex-wife,
she's your ex-wife.
Ex.
Yeah.
just ex-wife, right? So my ex-wife, the last time I saw her was 2012. Yeah, before she left.
10 years.
Already 10 years. Oh, 9 years, yeah. So yeah, so of course I'm so
9
in love.
years. Sorry,
9 years. That's okay. So
I'm getting ahead of myself. I just want
was-
this year to be over already.
yeah, I
Sorry.
wanted it to, man, you know. But I was so in love with this girl. Like in I met her 2009, and I was like, I was praying that somehow I get to meet the girl of my dreams, right? And lo and behold, I saw her, and as soon as I saw her, I was like automatically attached myself to her, clinged on to her, and I did not let go of her. I did not even check the red flags. I just made sure that she's gonna be mine. Doesn't matter what she thinks, like what she, the behavior. So because I'm so attached to the idea of her looks back then, Chinese looking girl, thin, long hair, white, the eyes, everything. This is the kind of girl that I really like.
Cheekbones,
The cheekbones,
long, black, straight hair, right?
Exactly. She looks like a typical Chinese
You're
lady.
describing it pretty much pretty good, brother.
Yeah. So so we dated for a couple of years before we got married, but there's a backstory why we got married. But after 2012, when she left, probably I'll tell the backstory some other time. But we got separated because she decided to move out of this house with the baby. There you go, a hint. So something to watch for on the next episode. So she decided to move out, and on my part, of course, it broke my heart. But realizing that there are some things that I should have considered first before I got married, because I got trapped in this kind of situation where even I have difficulty of getting out. So circling back to what you're experiencing, Oliver, I think that's the most important thing that you did. You look at yourself first. Is this something that I need right now? You mentioned about meeting this girl, right? So is this something that you need right now? Is this something that would make me happy or would complete me in this time of, sort of, you're adjusting right now from your previous relationship, right? So, but with my experience, like, I ditched every possible red flags that people already saw in her. I was like, no, I will fight for this girl because I love this so much. But little did I know, I just love the idea of her, not the entirety of her, because I feel like she will complete me. Finally, it's like a Lego block.
Yeah,
she will finally complete me.
The missing puzzle piece.
The missing puzzle piece. So it's a good thing that you are taking care of yourself first, because emotion is a, what you call this, it's a very tough investment. You need to take care of this.
Yes, it is.
You need to take care of this. So
that's a very, I like how you said that. I like that. Yeah, emotion is a very tough investment. And the thing is, a lot of people don't see that in the beginning, like right before they get married or when they start dating, because their emotions are through the roof. You know what I mean? But everybody else sees it who's been there before, and they're like, look, take it slow, maybe slow the eyes a little bit more. And it's not until you're deep in it that you're like,
right,
oh, if I would have just slowed down a little bit, I would have seen, I need more hands, I would have seen all these things. And Yeah, it's a tough investment. It's a tough investment, right?
Also, I was reminded by one of my friends, that if a relationship is really for you, or if someone is really for you, it shouldn't be that hard. You
Should
know,
come easy.
Oliver, what's your quote? Oliver, what's that quote?
Which quote do you mean?
Uh,
I can bombard
Yeah,
you
you
with
shouldn't.
1,000 quotes.
open your
The one
open
about
your
love and
journal.
war, and it shouldn't be hard.
Yeah. This I actually was thinking about this when Kimo mentioned it.
Yeah.
It's like, I hate the saying love is a battlefield. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not going to war. I'm not a trooper.
Mhm.
I'm a person, and I'm a man, and I have also my desires, my needs, my wishes.
All right.
And there was a saying this morning. So if I start thinking about stuff like this, and we talked about a lot about coincidences and stuff that happens to you
Mhm.
or happened to us, I have to read it because I don't have it right now present. But
Yeah.
we think we want sex. It's not always about sex. It's intimacy. We want to be touched, looked at, admired, smiled at, love with someone, feel safe, feel like someone's really got you. That's what we crave.
Wow.
And wow, yes,
It's a wow, man.
This is a really tough one, because this is what I also experienced in the last couple of weeks or months, maybe,
Mhm.
that I'm longing for, being taken serious, not being, not have the feeling someone is laughing about you or making
Yeah.
fun about you because you are a strong man. I'm a big guy. If you see me in person, most people are intimidated and think, oh, whoa. But
Right.
I'm also a sensitive person. I also have feelings. I also have needs. I also have wishes, desires, all the stuff that everybody else has. And I'm able to speak about it. And this is rare because normally people don't speak about it. They
Right.
don't open up about it. But we all have the same desires. We all have the same wishes. even to feel, even to get touched. Hug somebody. Just an easy hug.
Right.
It has nothing to do with intimacy, or it's intimacy, but it's not about sex or some intimate stuff. It's not related to the sleeping room or something.
Yeah.
And if two men hugs each other like a bro hug or something, a lot of people get intimidated. You stupid, gay shit or something.
Yeah.
This is not what this is about. This is just to show appreciation for each other, to show love for each other. And there is it's I have to tell you guys, it's easier for me to say in English, I love you, brother, than to say it in my own language.
Oh, I guess
people,
that would be the same here.
Pardon? Yeah, go ahead.
No, that would be the same. That would be the same here. Like if I say it in Filipino or in Tagalog, the I love you part, that would sound weird.
Yeah, it sounds weird. It is. And this is the same thing that happens to me in Germany. If I tell somebody in Germany, like a man or somebody, doesn't matter, I love you, brother, people get pull away, there's they are not used to it, to speak about their inner feelings, their inner needs, their desires. And hey, there is nothing to say against if a man tells you, hey brother, I love you. And this is how we end every call.
All right.
This is how we end every call. And for me, I have to say, it's easier to say it in a different language than in my own. This is sad. This is really sad.
Yeah.
Because normally, this is what we are all craving for.
Yeah. Love.
Yep. Yes.
Not really as the world sees it. The world says love is, like you said, either sexual or who knows what else. But at the end of the day, it's just love, bro. There's a quote here, man. It says, and obviously this applies to everybody, but it's more so talking about, men. So let me read it first and I'll explain. It says, only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something. So obviously there's dogs that are mistreated and they're not loved,
Right.
unconditionally. And children, we hear
And
it in the news
women.
all the time, and women, which,
Yeah.
well, we'll get to that. But I just think the overall, at least in America,
Mhm.
the overall understanding is
Yeah.
that, look, if your man isn't bringing in any money, that's not the man you need to be with.
Right.
And
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, it is true. The man need to be working for his family. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But you have people out there that are looking for a man that can provide, and if he can't provide, then that's what it is. And I think this mentality goes a little too far, to the point where I actually believe this quote. I believe that it applies to women and dogs and children as well. But let's talk about men. We're 3 men on this call talking about I'm okay, and the 3 of us weren't okay at different parts of our lives, and we helped each other come together, and now we want to help other men, women, anyone who's listening. But let's talk about men, because I'm on Instagram all the time, and there's quotes about women, and then I look at the comments, and everyone's like, yeah, we need to protect our women. Yeah, women need to be this. Yeah, women need to be the
Yes.
head of the household, this and the other.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, whatever floats your boat. But when it's time to talk about men, on the comment section for this
Right.
post, everyone was like, well, it applies to children too. Well, it applies to women too. Well, it applies to, can us men have our moment for a little bit? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
You're
we
right.
have-
You're right.
we have needs. And
Yes.
again, not just sexual needs. We have needs, boy, let me tell you. And I think there would be more men, real 100% caring, loving men today, responsible men with integrity. I think there would be more men today of honor if there was more unconditional love toward us, and it's just not there.
Yeah,
It's
and
just
not being judged if you start talking about it, being called weak,
Exactly.
Right.
or have the feeling
Exactly.
that the society sees you as a weak person because you talk about your feelings, you talk about stuff that hurts you,
Yeah.
or that makes you feel sad, or makes you feel anxious, or even gets you angry. These are all feelings, and to talk about stuff like this, it's not easy, because you will get the feeling fast that society thinks you are weak. And this is what's also inside my head, because I'm a big guy, I'm a strong looking person. I
Mhm.
always have to dig through everything.
Right.
And hey, man, I crashed in 2018. I had my depression, I had my burnout. It was enough. There was no room, or there was no energy left in the tank. It was empty. There was just nothing. And this is where I started to change. It's a long way. It doesn't happen overnight, I know for sure. But you have to start somewhere. And opening up, starting with the people around you, with your own family. And this is, for me, the hardest part of it, because you always try to be the loving, caring. And because of the role of the man in the society nowadays, it's so tough, because if you feel judged by your own family, by the people around you in your own circle, and you feel considered weak, or you maybe you just see yourself as weak because you are raised like this. A man has to be strong, a man has to be tough. All the things that they are put into our minds over our getting older. And this is the same what happens in companies or something. You always have to pull out your elbows, push everybody aside, so you dig your way to the top, maybe.
Yeah.
But if you start opening up and talk about your feelings and all your anxieties and all the shit that's bouncing through your head the whole time, I think it would be way easier for everybody of us.
Yeah, I agree.
That's good, man. Men right now are looked at a certain way that probably it's a generation thing, because if you look back at our
Yeah.
like uncles, like our fathers, they don't have this kind of what you call this emotional dilemma. Is that a
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah. It is.
um
Yeah.
they
It's
are
great.
looked at, they act like they need to provide. There's no question about this. Like if a woman needs me, I'll be there, right? If this is what they want, I'll give it to them, right? All right, now the generation has kind of gotten soft on us, that we have this again emotion that we also need to be taken care of. We provide for you, and it's just not about sex. And women would be like, what are you talking about? You guys are, you need this and take us, something like that. But some women don't understand this. I'm not saying everyone, I'm not saying a lot of them, but I don't want to be like, is it sexist, is that what you call it? I don't know. But what I'm saying here is, uh, for example, with my mom, my mom and dad, just want to throw it out there. My mom and dad, they're separated, right? But they didn't feel like, you know what's that term? They didn't had a time to just date someone else, because they're so focused on me. And with that in mind, probably it's something that I got from them. With the experience that I had with my wife, for obvious reason or for some reason, us men will just look for another woman, right? Because she left me. I need something. I need someone. But no, what happened to me was like, it took me there was a process that I need to absorb. I need to understand what's happening. But with my mom and dad, they were just like, you know what, I'm just gonna take care of my kid. That's it. So especially with my dad, he did not look for any other girls or any other woman after my mom, and my mom, had a fight with him. So, and same with my mom, they just focus on me. But again, I guess it's the generation thing, if I make any sense, that we are feeling like this right now. Yeah, but again, self-care is very important, guys. You also need to make sure that, again, you are okay before you could, show yourself to other people. And just like
And
what you guys mentioned earlier, this is not only exclusive for relationship. This is also this can also be applied to your work. It's good that you volunteer, that you can volunteer to any activities. But if you're not okay, then
Yeah.
there's it could jeopardize an operation. It could jeopardize a project. So it's a good thing that you have this heart of courageous heart, or a heart of courage. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, you make sure that you're okay first. Reassess yourself. Are you, do you fit in this kind of project, or especially in this kind of environment? So, but there will always be someone who will take you in. Probably not the kind of work that you want, but there will always be someone or something that will, take care of you. So that's just, my thought on this whole thing.
you know what came to my mind when you opened up about the relationship of your parents.
Mm.
This is the same way you treated your ex-wife. You put somebody first. They put you first. Your parents put you first.
Mm.
They decided not to treat themselves like they supposed to be, like, having a new relationship, or, going on dates, living their own lives. They just created it around you. This is the same thing that you did with your ex-wife. This is the same thing that I did with my ex-wife, or my past relationship.
Right.
Um, to put somebody first because you are raised like this, you know. And what you are doing, especially when you're raising children like Male and I do, this is something that defines the way especially your sons,
All right.
look at their women in the future.
Right.
You know, and to set an example of being loving, being caring, being courageous, being providing for your family, for your woman, for your girlfriend, doesn't matter, for somebody else, but not to forget about yourself. You know,
Exactly.
be there for yourself, listen to yourself, and sometimes to do nothing or just go have a bite to eat on your own, you know, meet some friends, have a hobby that you love to do, that you're passionate about, like Molly playing basketball, or, you know, like
Eating ice cream.
go out, eating ice cream, of course, of course.
That's
you
the
know,
first
or,
thing I'm gonna buy for you, Marley, when you get here in the Philippines. I swear,
You
man.
make my day, brother. Believe me, you
He will-
make
he
my
will
day.
wait-
It's the
he
simple
will wait
things
on
that make me
the
happy, bro.
airport.
If someone
He will wait on
approaches
the
you
airport.
without ice cream, that's not me. Okay, you
Yeah.
should look for this little Asian man with a pint of ice cream that says Marley for you.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you for making it this far. And again, this is I'm okay. Listen, we really appreciate you guys, all of you, sharing our posts, listening to us, and be sure to follow us on all our social media pages. Facebook, we have TikTok, working on Instagram. Just continue to give us that support, guys, and continue to give you guys our support, and be there for you guys as much as we can. Thanks.
There's this quote that is, you know, really close to me, and I really like it. It took me a long time not to judge myself through someone else's eyes.
Wow, it's deep, man.
Yeah, this one is quite deep, because this is how I looked at myself for the majority of my life, you know, through the lens of somebody else.
Yeah.
And this is something, I will say her name now. It's something that Sophie mentioned to me, you know. You don't really know, or you don't see yourself with the same eyes I see you, you know, or how I appear, or how I, you know, how people react to me, or react, how I behave, or how I am, or what aura I have, like whatever, you know. But you get so fast lost into, if you are in a relationship, in a long-term relationship, maybe it happens also in a short one, in a fast one, but that you start judging yourself through the eyes of your girl, of your woman, or maybe the other way around. It's also related to women, not only to men. But to keep the bird view on yourself is so hard, is so tough, because sometimes there is this lyric part of a song. It's called Home, and inside the song is like, I think, or I feel like I'm living someone else's life. I feel like I just stepped outside. Ooh, that gives me goosebumps. How Molly called me, I'm such a sensitive teddy bear. But
Said, you big teddy bear, you.
yeah. And you had this tone in your voice, like, you big teddy bear.
Nah, man. Nah, that's not a bad thing, man. That's not a bad thing at all. A 7-foot teddy bear, bro. What? That's amazing.
No, don't call me 7 foot, man. I'm not 7 foot.
Bro, 6'8".
I'm close. I'm
you're
close.
almost there.
I'm close.
6'9",
But,
something. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, this is so easy, you know, if you are in a long-term relationship. And this is what I also mentioned some, you know, at the beginning of our podcast, that you take the feelings, the anxieties, the doubts, the pain from somebody else and make it your own.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you think you are dealing with stuff that it's not supposed to be in you, you know,
Yeah.
thoughts that came into your mind or that comes into your
Right.
mind and start distracting you or start making you feel anxious about something. And this is what I'm right now struggling with a lot.
Hmm.
A
Yeah.
lot. This is crazy, you know. There are moments when I'm so happy, when I'm so satisfied. I'm sitting here in my new apartment, and well, we talked about this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sitting here between my moving boxes, and stuff is not ready, and furniture is missing. And sometimes I just sit here, have a glass of wine, and just feeling really good about myself.
Yeah.
And then there are times like this, like a finger snap, like a blink of an eye, and I feel completely different.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I feel completely different. Sometimes I was just sitting this morning here in front of the computer. There came a wave of emotions through me, and I watched videos, and you know, all the I was sitting in front of the computer. I was just crying, and I don't know. I don't know why. You know. And this made this yeah. I don't know how to put this in words.
What were you watching?
Hey man, if I'm in a state of mind like this, I start watching, you know, like crazy sad stuff.
Like what?
You know, yeah, like videos where I don't know, like children go to their stepdads and offer them to adopt them or stuff like that. You know, really deep emotional stuff that that connects with me in this moment because it's a similar feeling, you know. And I'm not. Go ahead.
Last night, I woke up. I wake up in the middle of the night. I have like insomnia. Sometimes it's crazy. But
Yeah.
last night I couldn't sleep. So I'm on YouTube and I found myself watching dads when they come home. Either
Yeah,
from
like
war or they've been
soldiers
away for
coming
so
home.
long. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I had to stop because I kind of caught myself. My mindset was just in a place that I didn't like how I felt, you know. Not that those videos are bad, but it was just like,
No.
why do I feel like this? You know, it's kind of,
Right.
you know, like sad. And I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
here with my kids, but maybe because I'm leaving soon or something. But
Yeah,
I don't know. You're
that's the
right.
point.
You're right.
That's
just
exactly
like
the point.
that, the whole emotions just changed, and so I could kind of relate to you on that. It's funny how you were feeling that way this morning, and I was feeling that way.
This
Well,
night.
actually, my last
Almost the
night
same
was
time.
probably the same time
Oh.
Yeah.
because you're 6
So when
hours.
tell me
Ahead of me.
at what time at what time did you sit in front of the computer? Like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, this was on my phone.
Oh, yeah, on your phone, yeah.
Maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. So that's
2
maybe
o'clock,
8
2 o'clock in the morning. So that means
time.
8 o'clock this morning.
Yeah,
So for me, 8 o'clock this morning.
for you.
Yeah. So this is
So,
almost the
it's
same
crazy.
time I was sitting here and was, you know, crying like a little baby. Man, this
Yeah.
gives me again goosebumps like shit. This is, yeah, man, this is crazy because I think I talked about this to Kimo this week. We had a call. We are synchronizing our brains.
All right. What was that we talked about? Like I got goosebumps as well when we had that topic going. One of this I kind of forgot it. Like right now the day starts like, you know, just flies like a blur right now. I couldn't catch
Yes.
on, you know.
Yeah, I know the
But
feeling.
the whole thing that got stuck in my mind is this rain. But
Yeah.
other things I couldn't remember, man.
Yeah,
It's
and you
like-
have
Yeah.
been and you have been so sad.
Yeah, I was, man.
Like I think
Yeah.
we talked about twice in like 48 hours, and it was still raining. You were still
Yeah.
reminded of everything that's going wrong right now, of everything
Yeah.
that you can't fix, especially the
Yeah.
roof and all the stuff, you know. And yeah, this is you know,
It takes its
and
toll,
to
man. It
Yeah.
takes
Yes.
its toll on us.
yes,
So it's like I can't remember what happened last Monday, Tuesday. I can't even remember what day we talked about this, Oliver.
I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday.
See,
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. All I remember is that there's leaking, rain is pouring all week long, and that's it. I can't remember anything. But
Yeah, I know.
yeah. So watching movies. When was the last time I watched a movie? Probably. What was that? And was that the last Marvel installment?
Scarlett Johansson. What's her
I
name?
haven't watched that. I should watch
Black
that.
Widow.
No. The big one. Endgame. The Endgame.
Endgame.
I know that was the last movie I've watched. Like the movie that I picked to watch. There's
What did Endgame come out?
2019.
Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2019 something. 2019, 2018. So that was the last movie because I don't know, probably one thing that gets you when you're single is you're too lazy to go out and watch movies by your own. I don't know. So anyway, but
Yeah.
I do watch movies with my girlfriend from time to time. I just let her pick the movie, and I enjoy this movie. The movies.
So
that
it's
we
her
picked.
fault.
Blame her.
I'm joking. If you're listening, I know she's listening. I'm joking. No,
She cool. So yeah, I haven't gotten to that situation where you guys you got emotional just by watching a movie because it connects with you. And I guess that's a great feeling as well because these movies, I don't know how you interpret that, but depending on the situation, you get sucked in to this the story. So and that's what you're telling Marley and Oliver. So that's good. But I guess with probably I'll reference the end game thing because in 2012, I kind of felt like I was becoming a father because we had a kid, right?
Yeah.
So we had a daughter, and I named her after my wife. So that last part of the end game, when Tony Stark's Iron Man said that they kind of what you call that went back to the I love you 3000 part. So I was like imagining myself, what if that was my daughter in this current time? I'm not a soldier like Tony Stark, like I'm not Avengers, but when I heard that line and when there was a what you call this there was a what you call that at the last scene where Tony Stark just had a flashback. There you go. Or the scene had a flashback of Tony Stark saying I love you 3000. So yeah, that was the last time, 2019.
So let me clear this up a little bit. So the kid that your ex-wife had was a girl?
Yeah.
I was under the impression it was a boy. Okay. So the movie that you last chose to watch was Endgame. And you could 2019. So you related to Iron Man having his daughter then, huh?
Yeah.
And then at the end where he actually sacrificed himself, not just for the whole world, but his family too, his wife and his daughter. You could relate to that too, because at the end, she's probably with her mom somewhere, and you're not. So you were in a sense sacrificed. Against your. Well, dude, I take back my previous statement. If I was in your situation, that would probably be the last movie I ever watch. Just because I have two boys.
Yeah.
I don't think I've told you guys this, but I've always wanted a daughter. Always wanted a daughter for as long as I can remember. Maybe since I was like 15 years old.
Okay.
And this is kind of embarrassing, but I would go out and I was going as far as to pray, man. Well, like when my wife was pregnant, for a daughter, pray for a daughter, pray for a daughter, pray for a daughter. Go to the ultrasound. It's a boy, so it's like We'll get another ultrasound a couple months later. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens.
Right.
Still a boy. So I'm like, all right, firstborn a boy. Nothing wrong with that. Second time she get pregnant. All right, this is it. I want my girl now. I want my girl. Boy, I was just like, dude, I was crushed. And I'm laughing about it now, but bro, crushed. So I bother my wife all the time, like I want a daughter, But
there is a saying about a man and daughters.
Yeah.
Men always wish for a son, but they need a daughter.
Well, to kind of wrap up what I was saying, Kimo. Yeah, if I was in your situation, knowing me, woo, boy, even if it's not my daughter, but we're in the family and the relationship together. No, bro, I would be completely crushed. And I hear you on that one.
Actually, this kind of reminded me of one of my friends. So we've known each other since 2007, and she's been like, going in and out of a relationship. And so she had several boyfriends before she got this particular guy who she got pregnant with, right? And so it's like constantly talking to her during this time. This was 2007, 2008, something like that, before I met my wife. So it was like, talking to her that, is it okay if I just be the father of your kid? Because it was a boy, something like that. And during this time, the guy left them, right? So she was like doing this on her own. And then she was just like laughing. Of course, obviously, why would she get just someone like me to become a father of her kid? And then years go by. We got in. We haven't spoken for a couple of years, and then during this time, my marriage ended again. I'm sorry, just ended. And my friend and I, got back to, we just said hi and hey, and she said, yeah, I have 2 kids now, but I want you to meet the guy. And I became friends with this guy, the father of her second child. All right. So long story short, this guy left him as well. They did not last. She told me there are some personal differences, so she chose to just end it with the guy. So now she was telling me, there's a lot of guys who are leaving her, stuff like this, and she just wanted to have a man in her life.
Yeah,
just like her father. But the thing there is, she got men. 2 little boys protecting her. Who's gonna protect them? Who's gonna protect her? I guess that's what you're similar to what you want, Marley. You wanted to have a daughter because you want to protect this kid. You want to have this. I don't know about you, but this is what I felt when I had the daughter. By the way, the daughter is not mine, so I don't know if I told you that about that, but.
You did.
Yeah, so Marley, I guess what you wanted on there is just not the girl. There's an emotion that you want to invest to this kid, right?
Yeah,
this exciting
exactly
feeling that
what
you will understand. Probably Oliver already had this with his daughter. So
She
got the tattoo on his chest, bro.
I do.
I would tattoo all of my body with my daughter's name. Bro. Exactly what you said.
Having a daughter,
exactly
I have 2 boys. I have 2 boys and also a daughter. And I love my kids unconditionally.
Right.
There's hope for me. I have 2 boys. The last one's gonna be a daughter, just like all of us.
Next time,
rooting for you, Marley.
Next time, just get rid of the socks, man, and you will have a daughter.
Oh, there you go, Marley. A tip for you.
Yeah, there's an advice
that
for you,
went
Marley.
right over my head. Get rid of the what?
Of the socks. Don't wear the socks. It's a
Let that
saying here in
sink in.
Germany, you know, if
Let
you
that sink
if you
in.
don't wear socks in bed, you know, you will have a daughter. But yeah,
Okay.
this is the raising a daughter, and right now as a single dad,
Yeah.
it's a tough one. I tell you, it's a tough one because
Mhm.
I love, as I said, I love my kids unconditionally, all three of
Right.
them, but they are all unique, they are all special, and I have to every one of them a special relationship. My daughter, of course, she's the youngest one, she's daddy's girl.
The
I was
princess.
with her, the princess. This is how I saved her inside my phone. You know, if she rings, if she calls me, there is also always standing princess calling.
Mhm.
And you know, she made me her king without me asking for it or forcing her to do it. You know, her WhatsApp status is like, why do I need a prince in my life when my father is a king?
Hey. Hey.
And this is you know, this is so special. And I was with Emily for like when she was 10 months old. My wife got really sick with depression and had to go to the hospital for, you know, some months. And I was with her, you know, like she was 10 months old. She was a baby, you know. I had to carry her around the whole day. You know, she was always close to me, you know, somewhere near to me, close to me. And I think this is where our strong bond was built. Daddies always have a strong connection to their daughters. But
Right.
right now, to raise her alone, and she sees me in my developing process and
Yeah.
my ending of my relationship, seeing her father cry, seeing her father struggling, seeing her father deal with these type of situations, with these types of emotions. I think I have the biggest chance to break the circle of how women look to men.
Yeah.
You know, if she will be in a relationship and she turns 16, so it won't take long, that she will have a boyfriend or something, she will, I hope, or no, I'm 100% sure she will act different, and she won't consider her boyfriend weak when he's showing emotions, because she's used to see this. You know, she's used to
Yeah.
see her father struggling, falling, sometimes on his knees, but always getting up again.
All right.
Ooh, and I have to protect myself now from crying again, because
Don't.
yeah, because we are recording video.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. But this is something really unique, and this is something really special. And I hope so much that there are so many men outside there, and they don't have to be single dads, even if you are still in your relationship, still in your marriage. Just show emotions, especially to your daughter, especially to your daughter, also to your sons. They also need to know how a man treats a woman, how a man behaves in certain situations. But especially for your daughter, to break the circle of, you know, putting the man always into the corner of, you have to be strong, because if you show feelings, you are weak. Don't cry, blah blah blah, all the shit. Because this is what makes us human, you know, that we have the ability to show emotions and not getting judged by it.
Right.
And it goes right back to what you were saying, Oliver, in the beginning of the podcast about relationships and taking care of yourself and, you know, yourself, mental health, because showing emotions to your children and to your daughter, that's all important. But most importantly, you got to show emotions to yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, if
You
you
have
feel
to
like
allow,
crying, you got to cry.
to allow yourself.
You got to allow it, because people need to see that. And I think we need to see that of ourselves. We need to feel, we need to be one with our emotions, you know?
Yes.
And
Be aware
I
of
think
it.
that's it just goes right back full circle to what we were talking about at the beginning, man. I totally agree with that. As far as relationships, I do believe, you know, fathers, we relate to our sons, you know, one way. At the end of the day, yes, you know, show emotions, but we have to teach them to, we have to teach them to be strong. We have to teach them at the same time to be a man. We have to teach them to get back up. But with daughters, I don't know. I don't have a daughter. But with
You
daughters,
will
it
have
just
that
seems
soon.
like you can. Oh God, I hope so. I'm praying.
You will have
Um,
that soon, brother.
it just seems like. Correct me if I'm wrong, Oliver, and even Chemo, because you had a daughter for some time, right? Um, obviously, it wasn't your blood, but it was. You had. You were there when she was born, correct?
I was there.
Yeah. So those feelings, man. So for me, it just seems as though with a daughter, there's a different. You relate to her son one way. With the daughter, you can
Yeah.
relate to her a completely different way than you would relate with your son. Maybe
Right.
it's more emotional. Maybe it's more touchy feely. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know. Correct me, Oliver. You've had a daughter longer than all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
you
but
relate to her differently than you relate to your sons?
yes, I do.
Yeah, right.
Yes, I do. But this has nothing to do with the level of love I have for my
No,
kids.
no, no,
No,
no, no. Not at all. Not at all.
but
I understand.
I treat her different. I talk to her different.
Right.
Um, I try to raise them like they supposed to. I don't raise them equal because I can't, because they are not the same persons. They are unique.
Exactly.
This is
So
true.
you have to switch a little bit and adapt. But yeah, my yeah, everybody who sees me interacting with my daughter or hears me talking to her, they say always, you talk so different to her than to your sons. um but I think what's most important, doesn't matter if you raise a child, if you raise a boy or a girl, or more like boys or girls, if you have more children than just one. um you show your kids unconditional love, but show it also to yourself. you know These unconditional love that you can provide, that you can give to somebody, it doesn't matter if it's your kid or your wife or your girlfriend or whatever, the same love has to come to yourself. And this reminds me also of the quote I mentioned before, don't look through the eyes of somebody else onto you and onto your life, because it's not you that you're looking on. And
Sir.
man, I tell you, this was maybe one of the emotional podcasts we had so far.
The most emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most emotional.
Yes, and
Hey man, get those quotes that you read, and we will send that over our Facebook or Instagram. That would be,
Yes.
a powerful
Yeah, that's a
thing
good
as
idea.
well. Yeah.
we will.
Well, we
Yeah,
don't
we
have
will.
Instagram yet, but hey guys, we will have Instagram soon. Just wait for it. Anyway, before you end the call, or we end the call, Oliver, I just want to let you know that you're doing it well with your situation. We've been talking regularly, and I've seen the process that you've gone through. From the time that you were just you literally look like a bear, with
Yeah.
messy hair and beard and stuff, and you were crying. But
Yeah.
look where you're at right now. Yeah, I know that being a single dad is difficult for some people, especially with the situation that you're in right now. But just want to let you know, man, you are handling it like a man. You're handling it well, and you deserve all the things that you are having right now, like the comfort that you're getting right now from your new place. Man, you deserve that, because
Thank you so much, brother.
yeah. And also this whole vibe that we have right now, everyone struggled at a certain point, but the love we have for each other is just constant. And we make sure we're checking each other out, like you checking Marley, I check on you, you check on me, and sometimes we make fun of you, Marley and I make fun of you. That's kidding.
No, that's totally fine, man, because
Yeah.
hey, what we all should always keep in mind is,
Right.
life is too short to always be sad.
Exactly. And there's one thing that I just got from from today's service. The burdens that we have, we are not meant to carry them all.
That's true. That's
Open
so true.
open up to your friends. Even this is a similar, just I will go back to what Marley mentioned on the previous podcast. Again, you need to be okay first before you can be okay to other things, because if you carry the burdens of other people and you're already loaded with your own problems,
Yeah, boy.
that could mess up a lot of things. So make
Yeah.
sure you that you are carrying your responsibilities well first before you can
Yes.
take care of other people. And this is what I'm doing for myself as well. This affected my relationship because that 8 years wasn't a joke. I wanted to be in a new relationship, but I couldn't
Yeah.
find myself in a good situation where I can pour in my love to this person or even my
Yes.
attention. So just a reminder for you guys, don't hurry yourself to get in a new relationship.
Please don't. Please don't hurt yourself.
Always check, if necessary, check the red flags. This might sound like funny, but check the red flags. That's very important. If this is something that doesn't resonate the way you want in life, then you might want to tick on that box. And just don't be afraid to tick those boxes, because in the end you I don't want to say you will suffer, but there will
You
be
will suffer.
sacrifices made. Yeah, there will.
Yes.
There you go, suffer. Yeah, but there will be sacrifices made in the end.
Yes.
If you,
But let me-
go ahead.
Let me just interrupt you on this one.
Yeah,
It's good to be conscious about what's going on. It's good to be conscious about the red flags, how you call them,
yeah,
but make sure that you feel your own feelings, and act after your gut feeling, your motivation inside of you. Just be honest to yourself, just be honest to your feelings. Maybe
Right.
sometimes it is like this, that a new relationship steps into your life, or a new person steps into your life. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about right now.
yeah,
And be honest to yourself. There is not a time limit. There's not a time stamp on something. You have to wait for a certain amount of time.
right.
But just make sure that if there comes something new in your life, doesn't matter if it's a person or a job or whatever, you just feel good about it. And let me end this episode with a quote, of course. Live for the moments you can't put into words. With that being said, thanks for tuning in. We are I'm okay. We love you. Peace.